and welcome to the series on My Wellness Tribe, where we talk about living well and staying well. Today we are talking about snacking well, and I'm here with Danielle Ontiveros, a pioneer in protein snack bars. She was just 16 years old when she came up with a recipe for Grab the Gold bars in her mom's kitchen. In 1990, she began selling the bars out of a basket in New Orleans. Grab the Gold bars began making a big hit in 2005 and quickly became a household favorite. They relocated the company to Franklin, Tennessee after Danielle's family experienced devastating losses from Hurricane Katrina. I first tried the bars many years ago and instantly loved them, and they've now become one of my all-time favorite protein snacks. You can find Grab the Gold bars across the country, and they just released their new flavor, peanut butter and jelly. I'd like to introduce to you the CEO and founder of Grab the Gold bars, Danielle Ontiveros.
Thank you, Dr. Leslie.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's great to meet you. So tell us, how in the world did you go from being 16 years old and coming up with this recipe in your mom's kitchen to running a very successful company?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a step-by-step process. It didn't happen overnight, obviously, but I believe that there's times in life that we're given a gift. Mm-hmm. It's a divine, inspiration, because there's no way that with no experience at 16 years old, I could have come up with this recipe, and for it to have endured for almost now 3 decades. Yeah. That's crazy. So what I really believe is that I was given this gift, and at that point, sharing it with people, being a good steward, just taking care of what I was given, running my business ethically, and learning step by step what I need to do it right, and really connecting with people at each level and each step, not just doing business for business sake, but more about being part of the community, being connected with people, having this product but sharing it with them, not just having a product for sale, but really sharing with people through it.
Well, speaking of the community, tell us a little bit more about Hurricane Katrina. How did you end up in Nashville area?
Oh, it was crazy. At the time when the hurricane happened, I didn't know the level of loss that I had experienced. We had evacuated, and then we saw the levees break on the news, and we saw the devastation. And at that point, I was guessing that pretty much everything was lost, which turned out to be true. But I didn't know what I was going to do. I opened up a computer, looked at my emails, and my inbox was flooded with emails. And they were all wishes of blessings and prayers and offers of financial support, and please come live with me. And what do you need to help, because you don't know me, but I buy your product. And they would tell me what stores they purchased the product. And we know that you're from New Orleans. These people all knew that much about the company and about my situation without having any interaction with me personally. But the thing that everyone had in common was that they were from the Nashville area. And so I immediately knew. I started crying, and I said, this is a sign. This is where I need to go. This is where people are just good. They have good hearts. They're reaching out. Yeah. And people, just one thing that everything had in common was offers of support and saying, we want this to be a Nashville brand or a Tennessee brand. We want Grab the Gold here.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember when I first tried them, I absolutely loved them. I got them off the counter of my friend that owned a salon, and she would sell them there, and I absolutely loved them. And of course, at the time, it was harder to find them.
Yes.
But you just released your peanut butter and jelly, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, do you have any plans for any future, flavors?
Yes, and I will tell you, I went for 27 years with one product, one flavor, and kept it very simple. Mm-hmm. And everything now is about innovation. Everything is about, you have a product or a brand, whether it's a cookie or an ice cream or a cracker or a bread, and suddenly you have 12 different varieties. Mm-hmm. I did things so differently. But what I believe in business and in life is you have to follow your own road. You have to follow what's important to you. And what I felt was, this is the way I need to do. Just do one thing and do one thing well. So in the 28th year, we finally released the new flavor. But yes, I do have plans to innovate and to keep, growing the business through different flavors. The timeline is not exactly clear yet. I think that our sales and the response from customers will dictate what we do in the future. Right. But I always have lots of ideas.
Right. Well, that's awesome. I'm excited for those. Well, I want to tell the audience a little bit about these bars, because you guys haven't tried these. Now, you know I'm a naturopathic doctor, so I have certain things that I require in the foods that I recommend to people. So these bars are gluten-free. They're plant-based, 11 grams of protein, high fiber, naturally vegan, high potassium, kosher certified, dairy-free, no high fructose corn syrup, no preservatives, zero trans fat, no soy lecithin, no canola oil, and they're made with organic oats, organic sugar, organic chocolate, and organic cocoa.
Sounds great. I think I want one of those. That's quite a list.
I know, they're amazing. They're amazing, really. So what has been one of the biggest things you've learned during this whole experience?
Dr. Leslie, one of the things that an entrepreneur does is they create. They get excited, they have ideas, they always want to be having a new idea, they want to create things, they want new things. Mm-hmm. And the biggest challenge for me is staying focused. I had to learn that over time. So in the beginning, I just wanted to completely just do new things all the time. Mm-hmm. And I learned that that's not going to create growth. What creates growth is the routine and the things that you have to do to maintain. And I think allergic to routine, and so I had to challenge myself to be disciplined, to realize that you need to do those things over and over and over again. And while that may not be fun or entertaining for an entrepreneur type spirit, mm-hmm. those are the things that actually have to be done and have to be done well in order to grow.
Wow, that is some really good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me a little bit about your partnership with Second Harvest Food Bank.
Mm-hmm. I think that we are blessed enough that when we go shopping, we can choose organic, non-GMO. We can look for these things that are important to us, mm-hmm. and yet there are people who are barely making ends meet. And Second Harvest Food Bank does a great job of, whether they're children in school or their families or elderly people, is to kind of supplement the gaps in their food. The things that they're not getting nutrients, or the things that they just can't get enough food. Mm-hmm. And I think that when people purchase Grab the Gold, they're making a choice for health, and a portion of every bar goes to Second Harvest Food Bank, mm-hmm. to give to these people who just need to eat food. You know, they need help. Where we're blessed enough to be making a decision, we need to help those people just to be able to have a daily existence.
That's really awesome that you guys do that, mm-hmm. and even more reason for me to eat more of them. So I want to ask, where did Grab the Gold come from, the name?
Oh, I believe in excellence in everything you do. To me, it's so important. And it's not just, it's grabbing the gold. It's about aspiration. And it's about being the best that you can. And that's not just platitudes. That's not just, it's literally the way I live. And it's not saying perfection, because that's something that, you know, we can't necessarily achieve and will really be hard on ourselves. Mm-hmm. But as far as excellence and doing the best you can, and that means not just the result is going to be excellent, but your effort and your attitude while you're doing it, and the willingness and your spirit behind it needs to be at a high level. So Grab the Gold is about aspiration.
That's amazing. I'll tell you, there's way more behind this little bar than just good food.
Yes.
You're really an incredible inspiration. So is there one thing you would like to leave with the audience today?
I think it's really important that when you're in business, and it could be even in your personal life, that there's a tendency to create two different personalities. People have their work mode and what I call executive mode, where you think that you're at work and you have to try really hard and you have to have a certain drive and you can't be distracted, and there's almost this driven energy while you're at work. And then people have that time where when they come home from work, that they have to almost decompress or relax back into their family mode, mm-hmm. and they have to kind of become that person again. And then it starts over again, and they go to work and they feel like they have to be driven and super focused. And then people get burned out. They need vacations. It creates tension in the family and at home. So what I really have practiced over the years is a relaxed, open attitude while I'm working. Mm-hmm. That just thinking that if you're trying harder and frowning or being more intense while you're working, you're not actually accomplishing more. You're fatiguing yourself. You're creating a lot of tension that's going to carry over into your day and into your health. And so if you can stay relaxed and open and, have reminders if you need to breathe and relax, and make sure your face is at ease and that your heart's open. These are things that are important to me while I'm working to maintain this, even this happiness, this enthusiasm. It can be quiet, it can be inside, but just this joy, so that when you're complete and a complete person from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, there's this flow. And it doesn't really matter whether you're at work or you're with friends or you're at home or what's going on. You become a consistent person, and I just really think that that's important for the spirit and for the wellness of the body.
Well, that's definitely evident just from being here this morning and seeing you interact with your employees. You definitely have that spirit about you. I'm sure they love working here.
Thank you.
Well, tell people where they can find out more information and then where they can find your gold bars.
Grab the Gold is available on our website at grabthegold.com, and it's available on Amazon. Of course, you can always go to our store locator, which is on our website. Put in your zip code and find a local store near you, because we always believe it's great to support local businesses.
Thank you so much for making time out on your busy day.
Dr.
It was
Leslie.
so great meeting you and seeing your wonderful space here. And you guys, if you haven't tried Grab the Gold Bar, get in your car right now and go to your nearest location and get one. You're going to absolutely love them. It's been my pleasure to introduce you to Grab the Gold Bars, and make sure you check out grabthegold.com and then visit drlesliewellness.com for more videos on My Wellness Tribe. Thanks so much. Be well, live well, and snack well. See you next time.